Ugh, what a weird day. What a weird day. Everybody's gone. My wife's at work. Son's at school. I work nights now, so I get my whole day to myself. So what I do is I do what everybody else does. And I doom scroll and I find videos that react to me, that I can react to. But today, I found myself watching videos about emotion, about why there is like a male problem of like anger. And of course, a lot of folks will go to, well, boys can't cry, so how do you think they deal with they get angry and they mask the sadness and the shame? And I fully agree with that. There is not one thing I can say to denounce that theory. That's absolutely true. Uh, every single dude I know plays that game. They play that game. You know, something bad happened to them, but they're not going to talk about it. And every single other thing in their life now just became a real problem, right? Because that one thing affected every single thing that they do. That's crazy. And like, my son's 16. I don't know if he's comfortable coming up and talking to me about his problems. I hope so. I think I've made it pretty obvious, but you won't know that until they're much older and out of the house, and you won't know how well you did until it's too late to fix it, And right now, like, I'm 36, going through this, but anyways, let's go through the video. They were talking about how crying, like, the the liquid in our eyes is used for lubricating our balls. You know what I mean? So why does water come out when we're sad? And what they were saying, I guess there's a couple articles to back this up, that there's basically that's a system that we already had to lube the eyes up with the balls. Basically, we're saying that our body came up with a way to reverse engineer that and have the tears come down when we're sad. And what they were saying was the evolutionary reason for that is because, like, look what happens when you're crying. You can't see nothing because it's all glossy and nasty. Usually you're shaking, it's involuntary. I've had like 3 real sobbing experiences that I just could not control myself. And it was uncomfortable. It was like my wife was trying to console me, and like I just felt ashamed that I couldn't stop crying because like it's a cycle. I hate it, but that goes along with. That's probably why I was so angry for a long time. It's because I didn't know how to process the emotions. It's because what I was taught very early growing up, and I'm sure everybody else that sees this is shut up, deal with it, quietly. Do not complain, but deal with it. Oh, and by the way, when you do decide to unalive yourself because it got too much, then it's a shock to everybody. Let's be real. We need to adjust the way because we're basically, anybody over the age of 20 is officially done for. You've already learned how you're going to be for the rest of your life. I'm convinced of that. In fact, at 10 years old, you're already the way you're going to be. But we'll go 20. So 20 and under, we have to show them how to feel the emotions responsibly. I can probably almost guarantee that my drug addiction was based off the fact that I could not process the emotions that I was feeling. I had a brother pass away at 21, and I was 23. I was very early in the throes of my addiction. It was still fun then, like it wasn't a problem then. And I just went deeper into it. When my wife started having health problems, that didn't motivate me to stop doing drugs. In fact, that got me deeper into the drugs because I was so scared of what was coming. Like, the fear, a crippling fear, was the drugs were my way out of that. they allowed me to deal with that fear in my own way. People who watch us will go, "You weren't dealing with it, you were masking it." That was my way of dealing with it. It put me a few years behind emotionally, like developmentally, but I lived to see another day. So, there's so much there. The spectrum is crazy. It's crazy. And I've learned to really stop judging. Or only judge those who are doing shit for attention, right? And then not those who are truly working through life, trying to figure shit out. And maybe they were wrong a few years ago. Well, they've learned and they're doing things right, you know what I mean? And I'm using me as an example. I was doing the wrong thing for a long time, and now trying to do the right thing. So, it's just a quick video. I just thought it was interesting. Crying is evolutionarily developed, and there's so many reasons for it. But I think the main theme was you crying affects those around you. It doesn't necessarily affect you. You might be able to get it out of your system and all that, but it signals to everybody around you that there's a problem, and that should be a good thing. So let's get back to that being a good thing. Help our fellow man or woman. Either way, have a great day.